Okay, so starting off, we are going to start with a layer of latex and then put some tissue, toilet paper, whatever you have on top of it, and we are basically going to lay it like that. A layer of latex and then a layer of tissue. So we're just going to continue to layer tissue and latex until we have covered our whole mouth area and that it blends in with the skin, that we are able to have that effect of your mouth that has been cut open. This does take a little bit of time just because you need to build up a proper layer so that when you do cut the latex and tissue that you don't have a too thin layer. So yeah, I just had my fan busy trying to dry it because it does also have quite a hectic smell, so keep a fan close by so you at least can wave away the fumes. I found that around the nose area you should just lay a little bit extra just so that it doesn't rip off when we do cut the mouth open. So there's that. It's totally optional, you don't have to do that, but if you want it to last, then I'd advise you to do that. Okay, so this is the part where we are starting to cut the mouth open. Please be careful when you do this so that you don't cut yourself. I'm using small little scissors and then basically taking my finger to like just stretch it away from my skin before I do cut it, just to avoid any injuries. So yeah, just be careful while you're doing this. I cut it about 2 centimeters away from where the tissue was ending, so I didn't take it all the way to the end because you have to work within that area of latex that you put down. Okay, so once you have cut the mouth completely open, I like to cut little pieces away so that you can at least see that it is open, because once we fill it with color and blood, you want to see the depth of it. So I cut little pieces away just so that it does show that it's a ripped open mouth basically. Then I'm going to take some foundation on a sponge. This works the best applying it with a sponge. Just putting it over that white, you will see it will be much lighter than when you put it on your skin. It's perfectly fine because you're going to cover it with different shades of red as well. It's just so that it's not white. So just put like a layer of foundation on and then set it with some powder. Okay, then with the SFX stippling sponge, I dipped into some dark red, light red, some black creams to start texturizing like blood splattering out of the face. And obviously if your skin is cut, your skin looks a little more raw around the edges, so that helps with the effect. So I just used those 3 different colors to just create like some skin variation and laid it up until you basically couldn't see the foundation color underneath it. Okay, so I took the stippling sponge a little higher and on my head as well, just to create that whole illusion of blood splattering. Then I am dipping into black and dark red to fill the tear of my mouth. Remember, the deeper your cut is, the darker you want it to be. So I just filled in that whole area with a super dark red. Okay, and then with that same dark red and black, I'm using the SFX stippling sponge again to create more depth around the mouth. It is a process. You have to layer your work, so you have to build up the illusion of blood splattering and your mouth area that's ripped being more sensitive, so you have to play with your skin textures. And then I'm taking my brush again just to create some darker areas and making sure that the inside of the latex and tissue is also not coming across as white and that it's also dark. now for the fun part, the fake blood. This is what pulls everything together. I am just placing it inside the wound. You don't need to take a lot because a little bit is quite effective. So basically just the edges of the wound, and I like to take the back of the brush because it creates this really cool texture on top of latex and tissue. So it just gives that illusion of this blood is aged and it's a wound. So it's like stippling everywhere. So yeah, just smear it all over that latex and tissue to create a bit of a texture. And when you have your desired effect, then I'm going to obviously create a bigger gap because I didn't feel that one was big enough. Okay, then I'm going to take some liquid blood on my brush again to just give that dripping illusion of, obviously this is quite a big cut, so there's going to be blood running everywhere. So here comes the liquid blood. Yeah, just dripping it everywhere. You don't have to be specific where you place it. It's messy. You just put it wherever. Okay, so here's the best part. This is where you are going to sew your mouth closed. You want to do this in a zigzag effect. So taking a big needle is best, and like a real visible piece of string that's quite contrasting with your bloody mouth. And also be careful not to poke yourself, yeah. So yeah, then you just basically sew your mouth closed and cut your string quite short because mine was a little bit long, so it like would twist, and you also don't want your latex to rip. So really take your time during this step. Like you see over here, I almost put a hole like right through it. So yeah, this is like the final step, you guys. You just sew your mouth closed. Okay, so then I'm going to go back in with my paintbrush just to make sure that that string doesn't look squeaky clean, because obviously you are bleeding, so it's not going to be clean. And my stippling sponge to blend everything together, and then that's it. You are done. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please subscribe and let me know what else you guys want to see.